So another historic building here, right next to the Our Lady of Victory Chapel and the National Guard Military Museum, is the Victorian Range House from the original National Guard base in Mount Gretna, Pennsylvania, just down there. This is a Victorian Range House. The Range House was built around 1890 along Pennsylvania State Rifle Range at the old military reservation in Mount Gretna. It was used to train marksmen for every war since the war with Spain, which would have been the Spanish-American War, up to the Vietnam conflict. In 1938, the Range House was one of approximately 300 buildings that were transported from Mount Gretna to Fort Indiantown Gap. It was located along the western edge of Range Road, facing the rifle ranges and the Blue Mountain until 2004. In 2004, the Range House was moved to the current location where it is now, at the National Guard Military Museum by VH Wolf House and Building Movers of Bethel, PA. The exterior renovations of the Range House were done by Restorations Unlimited of Elizabethville, PA, and the restoration of the interior of the Range House was done by the 201st Red Horse Squadron of the Alumni Association Volunteers. The historic restoration of the Range House included the retention of the distinctive materials and features that make up the building's overall historic and architectural character from that period. So hopefully, once again, this will be one of those that we can get inside and check out. But it's so cool that something from the original National Guard base in Mount Gretna is right here. I sort of thought at first when I was looking at it, I was like, I wonder if that's something railroad related, because it has that Victorian railroad look to it. But no, it's actually a Range House. So they would be standing on one of these balconies and they'd be there with binoculars checking everything out, making sure communications and all that kind of stuff they were on top of. And we have another sign here we'll just quick go to see if there's anything else, but it's pretty much right here is one of these. They talk about, in essence, both these buildings were moved from original places and restored as another example of restoration and the power of retaining our history. Just sort of, they got the stonework there on the bottom. It's just such a neat, it has those Victorian colors as well, which is what's so neat, because you'll see a number of the houses over there in Mount Gretna sort of have the same Victorian colors, and they've retained that historic nature, because the sections that were Chautauqua is actually like Annville. They have a historic district. Very, very pretty, very, very cool that this is here. So thanks as always, guys, coming along our adventure, checking out a historic building here, and we'll see you all about town.